Have you ever wondered how a sport once run by passionate amateurs in oily overalls transformed into a global entertainment juggernaut worth billions? Formula One's journey from humble post-war European racetracks to the glittering high-stakes spectacle we witness today is honestly a masterclass in commercial ambition. It's a story not just of engineering genius and driver bravery, but of shrewd deals, visionary leadership, and the relentless pursuit of growth. This wasn't some pre-planned corporate strategy. Rather, it was a gradual, often chaotic evolution that saw the raw passion for speed harnessed and packaged into one of the world's most valuable sporting properties. The roar of the engines has always been the heart of Formula One, but the quiet hum of the money-counting machines in the background has become just as loud. In the beginning, during the 1950s and 60s, Formula One was a far cry from the polished product we see now. The sport was a collection of individual races, a championship tour for gentleman drivers and garage-based teams, often referred to as garagistas. These pioneers were driven by a pure love for motorsport, pouring their own money and mechanical ingenuity into building cars that pushed the limits of physics. Commercial involvement was minimal, honestly, often limited to a few logos from oil or tire companies slapped onto the car's bodywork. It was a dangerous, thrilling, but fundamentally small-scale endeavor, a niche pursuit for a dedicated band of followers spread across Europe, a world away from the global corporate behemoth it would become. The pivotal shift began in the 1970s, as television started to bring the visceral excitement of the racetrack into people's living rooms. This new exposure caught the eye of companies outside the traditional automotive sphere. Suddenly, a Formula One car was more than just a racing machine. It became a high-speed moving billboard, a dynamic canvas for advertising. Tobacco brands like Marlboro and Lotus's iconic John Player Special livery led the charge, pouring vast sums of money into the sport. This influx of cash professionalized the teams, allowing them to hire the best engineers, develop more sophisticated technology, and pay their drivers salaries that began to reflect their immense talent and risk. This sponsorship boom, however, was fragmented and disorganized. Each team negotiated its own deals, and television rights were sold on a race-by-race basis, creating an inconsistent and commercially inefficient model. The sport was rich with potential, but it lacked a central figure to unify its commercial interests and sell it to the world as a single, cohesive package. The teams were focused on winning on the track, but a different kind of race was beginning off it, the race to control Formula One's financial future. A revolution was brewing, and it would be led by a man who understood the power of television and the art of the deal better than anyone else. That man was Bernie Ecclestone. A former team owner himself, Ecclestone saw the bigger picture. He recognized that the teams squabbling over individual television deals was holding the sport back. His masterstroke was to unite the teams under the Formula One Constructors Association, or FOCA, and negotiate the television rights collectively. He convinced broadcasters that they weren't just buying a single race. They were buying into the glamour, drama, and season-long narrative of the Formula One World Championship. By centralizing these rights, he created a single, powerful product that he could sell for astronomical sums, transforming Formula One's revenue streams overnight and securing its financial foundation for decades. With control over the television rights, Ecclestone turned his attention to every other commercial aspect of the sport. He began selling trackside advertising on a global scale, ensuring that the same high-value brands were visible at every race, no matter where it was held in the world. He also revolutionized the concept of race hosting. No longer would organizers simply pay a fee. Countries and promoters would have to bid for the privilege of hosting a Grand Prix, with fees soaring into the tens of millions of pounds. Ecclestone understood that a Formula One race was a major international event that brought prestige, tourism, and global attention, and he made sure the hosts paid a premium for that privilege. This centralization of power made Ecclestone the undisputed ringmaster of the Formula One circus. For nearly 4 decades, he was the architect of the sport's commercial empire, personally striking deals that took Formula One from its European heartland to new and lucrative markets in Asia and the Middle East. He cultivated an aura of exclusivity and glamour, making the Paddock Club, Formula One's ultra-exclusive hospitality area, the ultimate destination for corporate executives, celebrities, and world leaders. Ecclestone's model was simple: create a high-value, exclusive product and sell it to the highest bidder. It was a ruthlessly effective strategy that made teams, investors, and Ecclestone himself phenomenally wealthy. However, this iron-fisted control had its drawbacks. While the business boomed, the sport was often criticized for being slow to adapt to the modern world. Fan engagement was not a priority. The focus was on high-end corporate hospitality and massive television contracts. The digital and social media revolution was largely ignored, seen as a distraction from the core business of selling broadcast rights. By the mid-2010s, while Formula One was financially secure, it faced a new challenge: an aging fan base and a struggle to connect with a younger, more digitally native generation. The very model that had made it so successful was now at risk of making it obsolete. So, where does the money come from in today's multi-billion-pound Formula One empire? The business model is a complex but highly profitable machine with several key engines driving its revenue. The largest of these remains broadcasting. Television networks and streaming services around the world pay enormous fees for the exclusive rights to show the races live. These deals are the financial bedrock of the sport, accounting for the biggest slice of the revenue pie. This income is then shared between the commercial rights holder, now Liberty Media, and the 10 teams, forming a crucial part of their annual budgets and ensuring their participation. It's the lifeblood that funds the entire championship. The second major revenue stream is sponsorship. Formula One sells official partnerships to a host of global brands, from technology giants and financial services companies to luxury watchmakers and energy drinks. These global partners and official sponsors pay millions for the right to associate their brand with Formula One's image of cutting-edge technology, elite performance, and global prestige. You see their logos everywhere, on trackside banners, on-screen graphics, and in official publications. This corporate backing is a powerful endorsement of Formula One's global reach and demographic appeal, providing a vital source of income that complements the television deals and reinforces the sport's premium status. A third pillar of Formula One's finances is the race promotion fees. As established by Ecclestone, host cities and countries pay a significant fee to stage a Grand Prix. These fees can range from around 20 million to over 50 million pounds per year. For the hosts, this is an investment. They see the race as a way to boost their global profile, attract tens of thousands of tourists who spend money on hotels, food, and entertainment, and generate significant economic activity. This creates a competitive market for races, with new venues in places like Miami, Las Vegas, and the Middle East willing to pay top dollar for a coveted spot on the Formula One calendar. Finally, there is a growing portfolio of other income sources. This includes merchandise, licensing, and the ever-expanding digital content sphere. While historically a smaller part of the business, sales of team apparel and official Formula One merchandise are a significant and visible revenue generator. Furthermore, the F1 TV Pro subscription service, which offers live streaming, data, and archive footage directly to fans, represents a major push into the digital market. Add to this the income from the exclusive Paddock Club hospitality and other experiences, and you have a diversified financial model that is constantly evolving to capture every possible revenue opportunity from its passionate global fan base. In 2017, the Formula One landscape underwent a seismic shift when American media giant Liberty Media acquired the sport, ending the Ecclestone era. Liberty's approach was starkly different. Where Ecclestone prioritized exclusivity and top-down control, Liberty focused on fan engagement and accessibility. They immediately threw open the digital doors, embracing social media platforms that had previously been shunned. Teams and drivers were encouraged to share behind-the-scenes content, creating a direct connection with fans that had never existed before. This new philosophy was about growing the fan base by making the sport more open, more human, and more entertaining for a modern audience. The jewel in Liberty's crown has undoubtedly been the Netflix series, Drive to Survive. This docu-series took viewers behind the curtain, showcasing the intense rivalries, high-stakes decisions, and personal dramas of the drivers and team principals. It transformed the protagonists from helmeted heroes into relatable, complex characters. The show was a phenomenal success, particularly in the United States, a market Formula One had long struggled to crack. It brought in a wave of new, younger fans who were captivated by the personalities and the politics of the paddock as much as the on-track action, proving that storytelling was a powerful tool for growth. This new focus on the individual has turned drivers into global celebrity brands. Stars like Lewis Hamilton, Max Verstappen, and Charles Leclerc are more than just athletes. They are cultural icons with millions of social media followers, lucrative personal endorsements, and a significant influence that extends far beyond the racetrack. They operate as their own businesses, with teams of managers handling their commercial interests, from fashion lines to charity foundations. This elevation of the driver from mere competitor to global superstar has added another layer of glamour and intrigue to the sport, attracting new audiences and sponsors who want to be associated with these influential figures. Today, business acumen is as critical to success in Formula One as engineering brilliance or driving talent. Liberty Media's strategy has proven that by investing in fan engagement, digital media, and powerful storytelling, you can unlock enormous commercial potential. The introduction of a budget cap aims to create a more level playing field and ensure the sport's long-term financial sustainability, making smart business operations even more crucial for teams. From the deals struck in the boardroom to the sponsorship logos on a driver's race suit, Formula One has become the ultimate fusion of high-speed sport and high-finance business, where every decision, on and off the track, is part of a billion-pound race.